So yeah, let me tell you how the entire Galactic Council almost lost their collective minds over one species. One single species. My name is Qrill, and I am what you would call a Telepath Grade 7. That means I can read thoughts from approximately 4,000 sentient species across 12 galaxies. Easy work, really. You think it, I know it. Simple, clean, efficient, until the humans showed up. I remember that day like it was yesterday. There I was floating in my pod at the central processing hub on Station Valax, sipping my morning nutrient blend, feeling pretty good about existence. My supervisor, Dravik, slithered over. All 6 of his eye stalks were twitching. Not a good sign. Qrill, he said, his voice carrying that familiar edge. The "we have a problem and you're going to fix it" edge. We have new arrivals. Doc 17. I need you to run a standard intake scan. Sure thing, boss, I replied, because what else was I going to say? No, right? So I drifted down to Doc 17, datapad in hand, fully prepared to catalog another species of boring, predictable, telepathically transparent beings. That was when I saw them. Humans. They looked strange. 2 arms, 2 legs, upright posture, like they own the place. Hair in various colors. Some had facial fur. Others did not. Their clothing was made of fabric, patterned wildly and inconsistently. But fine. Weird is relative in a galaxy with sentient gas clouds and living crystal formations. The real problem began when I tried to read them. Nothing. And I do not mean nothing like they were thinking quietly. I mean nothing like slamming face first into an invisible wall. Static. White noise. Absolute zero. My telepathic probe just bounced. Like I had tried to read a rock. Or a chair. Or empty space. I blinked all 3 of my eyes. Must be a fluke. Maybe I was tired. Maybe the nutrient blend had expired. So I tried again. Focused harder. Pushed deeper. Still nothing. One of the humans noticed me staring. He was tall, with short dark hair and unsettlingly bright blue eyes. Eyes far too alert for someone whose mind I could not read. He smiled. Actually smiled. Then he walked straight up to my station. "Hey there," he said, voice warm and friendly. "I'm Marcus. First time at an alien space station. Pretty cool setup you got here." I just stared at him, all 3 sections of my mouth hanging slightly open. Because inside my head, where his thoughts should have been echoing, there was only silence. Beautiful, terrifying, impossible silence. "Are you okay?" Marcus asked, tilting his head. "You look a little green." "Well, greener than usual." I began, then stopped. "Professional, Qrill. Be professional. I need to conduct a mental scan. Standard procedure for all new arrivals. Please stand still and open your mind." Marcus laughed. Actually laughed. "Open my mind? Buddy, I barely keep that thing closed." "Sure, go ahead. Scan away." So I did. I threw everything I had at him. Every technique from 6 years at the Telepathic Academy. Every trick, every method, every mental probe I could generate. Zero. Zip. Nothing. He stood there 3 feet away, talking, breathing, existing, and I could not read a single thought. Marcus was still smiling. "So, how long does this usually take? Because the rest of my crew is waiting and—" "Wait here," I interrupted far too sharply. "Do not move. I need to get my supervisor." I did not wait for his response. I was already speeding back, my 3 hearts pounding in rhythm, my mind struggling to process what had just happened. Or rather, what had not happened. Dravik looked up from his console as I burst in. That was quick. Standard humans, yes. Clean bill of mental health. Ready for processing. "Boss," I said. My voice was shaking. Actually shaking. "I can't read them." He blinked. "What?" "The humans. I cannot read their minds. Any of them. It's like they aren't even there." For a long moment, Dravik just stared. Then he laughed. Deep, rumbling laughter that shook his entire body. "Qrill, you're exhausted. Take a break. Have another nutrient blend. You probably just need—" "I am serious," I shouted. "Come see for yourself." The laughter stopped. Dravik's eye stalk straightened. He looked at me, really looked at me, and saw that I was not joking. Not even a little. "Show me," he said quietly. We returned to Dock 17 together. Marcus was still there, chatting with another human, a woman with red hair, tied back in a knot. They were laughing, communicating, existing, completely, utterly, infuriatingly opaque. Dravik extended his primary sensory tendril. I watched him concentrate, watched him push his far stronger telepathic abilities toward the humans. His face went pale. Well, paler. His species was naturally gray, but still. By the void, he whispered. They're blank. Completely blank. Marcus noticed us, staring, and waved cheerfully. Hey, back again? You guys figure out the scanning thing yet? Because seriously, we've got a schedule. That was 3 weeks ago. Since then, the entire Galactic Council has been in emergency session. Every telepath grade 1 through 10 has attempted to read humans. Nobody can. Not a single thought. And in a galaxy where every species broadcasts intention, where treaties are signed through mind melds, where lies are impossible because thoughts are public, humans are chaos. Beautiful. Laughing. Impossible. Terrifying chaos. And they have no idea. Okay, 3 weeks of absolute pandemonium later, I am sitting in the Grand Assembly Hall, watching the Galactic Council collectively lose its mind. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Ambassador Threxis of the Kilnari Collective is currently experiencing what can only be described as a full mental breakdown. His tentacles flail wildly as he shrieks into the chamber. How do we negotiate with beings we cannot read? How do we know they're not planning to destroy us all right now? From the human delegation section, Marcus stands up, still smiling, still calm, still completely, infuriatingly unreadable. Excuse me, he says politely, but maybe you could just ask us? Use words? Like we've been doing for the past 3 weeks. The entire hall goes silent. You could hear a microorganism drop. Ambassador Threxis's eye bulbs nearly pop out. Ask? With verbal communication? Like primitives? Works pretty well for us, another human says. Her name is Kira. Short blonde hair, sharp green eyes. She shrugs. We've been talking to each other for thousands of years. Gets the job done. But, Counselor Vexer stammers, all 3 of his heads speaking at once. Words can be lies. Deceptions. How do we trust anything you say if we cannot verify your thoughts? Marcus laughs. He actually laughs. Right there in the Grand Assembly Hall, where 17 civilizations are represented and decisions affecting trillions are made. Buddy, he says, welcome to being human. We've been dealing with that exact problem since forever. So how do you function? I ask, surprising myself. Everett turns toward me. Great. Thanks, mouth. Still, I continue. If you can't read each other, how do you build trust? Make agreements? Know who to believe. Kira leans forward, resting her elbows on the desk. Completely casual, like this is a coffee shop chat, not an interstellar crisis. We watch what people do, not just what they say. Actions over time. Patterns. Consistency. Body language. Tone of voice. Little details that add up. That sounds exhausting, Dravik mutters beside me. Oh, it totally is, Marcus agrees cheerfully. But it also makes life interesting. You guys know everything about each other all the time. Where's the mystery? The surprise? The fun? Fun. He actually said fun. As if not knowing what someone is thinking is enjoyable instead of utterly terrifying. Then something strange happens. Ambassador Threxis stops flailing. His tentacles slowly settle. Mystery, he repeats quietly. I have not experienced mystery in 400 years. Right, Kira says, warming to the idea. Like, okay, last week Marcus brought me coffee without me asking. I didn't know he was going to do it. It surprised me. Made me happy. Would that mean anything if I could have just read his thoughts beforehand? The assembly hall fills with confused murmuring. The concept seems to be breaking several brains at once. Counselor Vexer's middle head speaks. But in diplomacy, in negotiations, how do you ensure good faith? Contracts, Marcus says simply. Written agreements, witnesses, legal systems. And yeah, sometimes people break them. Sometimes people lie. Sometimes we get betrayed. It sucks. But that also means when someone keeps their word, when they prove trustworthy over time, it actually means something. I find myself nodding. My supervisor shoots me a warning look, but I ignore it. Because as terrifying as humans are, as much as they've upended our entire society, this actually makes sense. In a strange, backward, very human way. So let me get this straight, I say standing. You're saying that not knowing what someone is thinking makes trust more valuable. Exactly. Kira grins. You have perfect information. But we have something you don't. Choice. Real choice. When a human calls you a friend, it's because they decided to. Not because you can verify it telepathically. That decision matters. The hall erupts. Arguments fly. Some council members are horrified. Others look intrigued. Ambassador Threxus stares at the humans as if seeing them for the first time. This is madness, Dravik whispers to me. We can't restructure galactic society around verbal communication because one species is telepathically immune. No, I reply. But maybe we can learn from them. Maybe we've grown lazy, complacent. When was the last time anyone surprised you, boss? He doesn't answer. Because he can't. Nothing surprises us anymore. How could it? We know everything, every thought, every intention, every secret. Except humans. And as I watch Marcus and Kira stand there, completely vulnerable because we can't read them, completely confident because they've lived this way their entire lives, I realize something. Maybe they aren't the ones at a disadvantage. Maybe we are. 6 months later, the Galactic Council establishes the human protocol. Verbal negotiations, written contracts, trust built through actions over time. It's slower, harder. We actually have to think, observe, wonder. But Ambassador Threxus was right. For the first time in 400 years, life is full of mystery again. And honestly, it's kind of amazing. If this story entertained or taught you something, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.